Skibbity doo bop. Let's see. It is 10:24. Ten. Doing it. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, Paul. Right. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, 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 Paul. Don't call me no pimp. I ain't no pimp. Player. There we go. There we go. Now that's closer to the truth. Obama is a long-legged Mac Daddy. Obama. You gonna smoke a cigarette? No, I quit. I quit cigarettes yesterday. We're back on the bullshit. There you go. I just smoked a cigarette. That's what cigarette smoking is like for me now. Bubblicious grape vape back in the house. It was time, homie. Chain smoking your vape? No. That wasn't it. It's just, it's time to quit. I've had a nice little dance with the devil for the last 5 years. You know, it was nice going back to the old ways. But here we are. Once again at the altar of the vape. It's okay. Like, I was really shocked to go in there because I was afraid that, like, they were going to be, when I first quit vaping, 25 milligram nicotine was the highest that they would sell you. At least in California. I don't know if that was different elsewhere. But yeah, 25 was considered like blow your head off, tip top of the fucking mountain kind of milligrams. And now that has doubled. 50 milligrams is what I can get here. But I got 25 because 50 seems a little overbearing. Double what I quit on last time seems a little ridiculous. So we're just going to stick with the 25s. Happy 420 and Easter. Oh. Yay. 420 and Easter. You gotta be joking me. You must be crazy. Did you get a mod, or is that a disposable? It's a mod. I know better than to get a disposable. Come on. Come on. At least give me that credit. why joints instead of vaping weed? I just have never liked vaping weed. I mean, it works, but it's just not my preferred way to do it.
Yeah, you did it more when you had less access.
Yeah.
And it was more frowned upon.
Yep. Like vaping weed was like getting the little fucking shitty ass weed vapes was a kind of a Louisiana affair for me. So you can kind of be stealthy with a weed vape. No, I do not. Not a pipe smoker anymore. State of eternal bliss. Yeah, I want some of that Himalayan. I want some of that Himalayan weed that grows right on the side of Mount Everest. What we did to deserve such beautiful birdsong is beyond me. I know. Every day I come out here and I listen to the choir. The Taliban is okay with weed. 100%. They press it into hash. On some Afghan, straight out of Afghanistan Kush. Damn. Yeah. Hashisha. Yes. I mean, I'm sure the Taliban are selectively friendly like any other human being, right? Think they'd be more chill if they're 420 friendly. Just goes to show you, man. Just goes to show. Do you think it's interesting how I went from considering them freedom fighters to Taliban terrorists? Oh man, whatever the narrative needs, you know. It is quite weird watching like Rambo First Blood Part 2, I think is what it's called. Where Rambo goes to Afghanistan to help the freedom fighters there fight off the evil Russians. Hundy, you agree? You ready to see your Auntie Jasmine today? You ready to see your Auntie Jasmine today? Rambo Last Blood was kind of tough to watch. I mean, it had some parts in it, but it's just kind of like, man, Stallone is just too weird looking, man. Yeah, all you got to do is pretend to be something you aren't, and you can hang out with pretty much anybody. You know, that seems like the case. Appreciate you having my back on Reddit. Oh, oh yeah, I saw that this morning. It's like these folks are just desperate to salvage a dub out of a big fat owl, and it there's no like reasoning with them. Like, you wrote out that whole thing, and he even added to his edit. He was like, you know, hey, this guy wrote a good comment, and you did. You pointed out the absurdity of all these months later trying to get a concession on an out of context conversation is just like it's like a consolation prize, right? For being dead ass wrong for 48 years, and just like move on. Like, put any of this energy towards Trump, any of it. Like, if you really, really care that much, put an iota of this energy into opposing Trump, and get out of my fucking face with it. You made your bed, lie down in it. Get to work. Is this the camps guy? Yeah, yeah. It's just like, have you noticed that the intended concession that they want out of us has shrunk over time, because some of it just makes no sense now, right? And so now they've zeroed in on this Trump's going to open up the camps thing, as if an American president and an American presidential administration overseeing sending migrants, immigrants, and in some cases American citizens overseas so they can be held without fucking due process. If you're gonna look me in the face and tell me that's brand new to Trump, I'm gonna call you a fucking liar. That's shocking. Trump's doing a tax cut for billionaires. That's crazy. That's great. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, there's my concession. I did not see Trump giving a tax cut to his crony friends and billionaires. I didn't see that coming. You're right. He's definitely the worst president. It's not new, and that's what makes it worse. Yeah, I know. It's not new. It's recent historical stuff. All you'd have to do is just look at the last 30, 40, 50 years worth of politics and learn what happened. And you'd have all kinds of perspective on what's going on. But when people step up and try and point out that perspective, and you shout at them and you yell at them to change their perspective to your perspective, and then it turns out your perspective was wrong and theirs was right, you don't get a litany of concessions out of those people. That's not the way it works. It's you. It's you. Like, honestly, I ought to be coming with my hand out to some of these people and asking them for a litany of concessions. Where's the concession on Biden being incapable? Remember when that was going on? Fucking tons of these people were at my throat claiming I was pro-Trump. Where's my concession on fucking Kamala being absolutely unelectable despite the hype? Where's my concession on that? Where's my concession on Trump winning a second term back in fucking 2020 would have been better than Trump, Biden, who just continues all of Trumpism, and then another year of Trump. It's almost like we got 12 years of Trump instead of 8, right? Where's my concession? See, imagine I was barking up your ass 24/7, 365, trying to get you to admit that you were actually wrong about something, right? And you're actually wrong. Yeah, where's my concession? Conservatives are not united. This is a meme. This idea that conservatives all rally around and stay united. And that there's no political infighting. There's no political infighting on the conservative side. It's just a meme. People forget that you have the perspective of your position, right? So you are on the left. You spend most of your time interacting with and arguing with leftists. You're going to think, leftists are uniquely infighting constantly. The truth of the matter is that, right-wingers throw themselves under the bus, throw each other under the bus constantly. Flip the script, get mad at each other, blow up at each other. You know what I'm talking about. Like Dems, like Repubs, yeah, all of them. Because the current crop of liberals are not trying to, they don't have an alternate trajectory that they're selling from conservatism. They all benefit from conservatism, and when empowered, they all continue conservatism. So the answer to that is there really is no left-wing or liberal opposition to conservatism in this country. The Overton window has moved so far to the right that what is acceptable is so fucking vastly right-wing that you're looking at, a hardcore right-wing party and hardcore right-wing light. All you have to do is look at the last DNC where they were bragging about deportations, bragging about being tough on crime and tough on the border, and brought out a parade of cops and military people. You see what I mean? The Democrats have long been diet Republican, controlled opposition, right? I'm delusional? Wow, why don't you point out why I'm delusional? I want what you smoke. That's not why I'm delusional. Let's get with it. Huh, huh, huh. This is not a cigarette. Get out. Got it. Yeah, both parties are right-wing economically, militarily, and domestically. But that doesn't mean there aren't some social issue. I was like, fuck off, bro. Like, get out of my face. Tell me you've learned nothing about American history without telling me. What's shaking? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing is shaking. You don't worry about what's shaking. Man, staring into the void is tough sometimes, I gotta say. It's a rough and tumble void out there. I'm okay today, Naughty Priest. How are you? This timeline is at critical mass. Yeah. It's bursting at the seams. You said planting season was coming up, right, Mr. Naughty Priest? Time to put the soy beans down into the ground. Is it soybeans you be planting? Well, you do other things. Extremism feels good, does it? I guess. Would it do? Would it be? Don't be talking to me, bro. Don't be talking to me. Corn, soybean, and cattle. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That's a lot of fucking shit. Being an extremist sucks. Oh, I would know. Are you extremely fucking cringy? Is that what it is? With your anime boy avatar with one eye covered with his silver hair? Oh shit, bro. Extremely cringy. Most people aren't even real extremists. They're just posers. Dude, Sephiroth is on a tear, bro. Sephiroth is on a tear right now, bro. Yeah, dude. Sephiroth is gonna bring down Midgar once and for all, dude. These poor lost souls, I love looking at them in the 1 or 2 seconds that their message is visible and wondering if they think that there's a different outcome coming. You know what I mean? And I wonder if they are shocked, bewildered, happy when that insta ban comes through. And then they go back and they log into a different sub account and they come back and they do it again. You know what I mean? I have to worry about that cycle. I think about that cycle a lot because I wonder like what human interest could even be part of that. You know what I mean? My Discord mod, yeah, I mod the Pixelosi's mom's fat ass fan Discord. You're gonna want to put an apostrophe RE on the end of you. Your is possessive. Your means your dog, your money, your house, right? Your is a contraction of you and are, means you are lame, you are stupid, you are retarded, you are incapable of reading a Harry Potter book, etc. Good examples there, right? You're welcome. Nope. Is it time for the monkey button? I'm kind of enjoying watching it happen though. I mean, all like when people stumble in like literal lobotomized zombies, it kind of like steelmans my position on the world. It's like a confirmation of what I believe is happening in the world. The idiots are taking over. Fat Mike was right. Yeah, I like to oversee my headsman's work. Yeah. I like to make sure that the king's justice is delivered evenly and equally to all in my domain. Do you get addicted to watching bands from the ghouls frequent genocides? I mean, no, man. You gotta understand, man. I retired from the band game and became Commissar's ego quite a long time ago, okay? But I didn't get this Commissar badge and ranking, okay, by standing outside the trenches, all right? I stayed up in the trenches. I used to do this work, okay? It used to be my thing. I used to just go through and individually nuke each one of these people, right? And I served long enough that I drew to me loyal soldiers who wanted to serve the Imperium under Commissar Sigo. And now I stand back near my Lehman Russ, wearing my tall hat, and I point and I give orders. What's your latest rank? I don't know. I don't know how military ranks work. Paul instilled the ban hammers upon us moderators. If by Paul's grace he wishes to unban you, then this will be done as it is in heaven. Yes. 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 Cuts like a knife, but it feels all right. are weird. I agree.
Your coffee.
Oh, thank you, baby. That was very sweet of you. I forgot about coffee this morning, of all things. I feel like I'm really trying to enforce the fact that I live amongst people to whom this is t-shirt weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying. I'm trying. But I feel like this is hoodie weather, you know? And everybody else that lives around here is out in their shorts and their shirt. And I'm like, man, I gotta toughen up. I gotta nut up here. Yeah, Tupac is another one. I mean, like, I don't know, man. We were talking about a 27 Club member yesterday, Jimi Hendrix. Tupac is another one of those. Where it's just like, you know, crazy to think what he might have done. Kurt, another 27 Clubber. What would Kurt be doing now? What kind of awesome music would Tupac be doing now? What would Tupac think of the current state of like hip hop and rap, and how would he have woven his own style into that? Pac died at 25. Okay, well, close enough. Oh yeah, I mean, there's no way that Pac wouldn't be one of these elder statesmen of rap, like all of his contemporaries were, right? Like Cube and Easy and you know Dre and you know the 3-6 Mafia guys, all these elder statesmen of rap, Busta, they're kind of like a lot of those dudes are doing shit with younger rappers, which is, you know, producing for them, putting them on, rapping, like doing an appearance on one of their songs or a cameo or whatever they call that, you know. I mean, it's, you know, sad anyway that somebody like that dies, but for sure, for it to be over some petty ass street beef shit is pretty sad. Same thing with Kurt. You know, to lose Kurt to a treatable and intermittently, you know, bad, you know, lonesome illness like depression, right?
I'm trying to force myself to relax a little bit because we still have like an hour.
What? Still have an hour?
Yeah.
Oh. What? An hour? We have 2 hours.
We're gonna try to catch them.
Oh. Oh. I see.
I doubt.
We'll see. We'll see. So you really don't think Courtney killed him? No. No, I don't.
That was a coke that you dropped a while ago.
Yeah. And that's, you know, I talked about why too. You know, it's just like one of those things. Kurt meant a lot to my generation, and the idea that he went out so senselessly is almost unthinkable. The idea he took himself out, too painful to to face for a lot of people, I think, of my generation, because we see it as an indictment of our own beliefs and our own closely held personal things. You know what I mean? Like, we put a lot of that stuff onto Kurt. And when somebody like that just does a bunch of heroin and kills himself, I mean, you don't want to believe that's what happened, right? Mac Miller's another one, too. Why did Pac die? Over some stupid ass fucking street rap beef shit. That's why Pac died. Was it Diddy, Suge, or Randos? I mean, from that group, I would say that it was Suge. Most likely Suge. Or someone Suge adjacent. I just don't know. I don't know that I believe that Diddy and that whole crew over there were hard enough to pull off a fucking across the country hit and get away with it. But I know Suge Knight is. So, if I had to give my little, betting man's guess as to who was ultimately, dude, it was just some crip. No, 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 no. I've heard the story. I've heard the story, Phoebes. I've heard the
Didn't
story.
they solve it?
They said they
Ago?
solved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that they found some dude or whatever, and it was just some dude that he said the wrong thing to. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Why not?
Because they tried to shoot him before. Like, this wasn't like an isolated incident where just some rando walked up to Pac. Like, Pac had been shot at before, and there was, like, you talk about like beef. The beef was super red hot. Like, it was a big, big deal. Like, not fake pussy ass Drake versus Kendrick shit. We're talking about, I mean, Hit 'Em Up was done during that time, right? Like, probably the most devastating diss track in rap history.
Apparently, he's trying to get the charges dismissed. He says basically the only evidence that's strong is his own confession. So he's arguing that he had a coerced confession.
Right. I mean, see, I don't buy it. I think this is, I think that the fucking rabbit hole goes deeper than Tupac pissed off some fucking Crip guy who went nuts and pulled a gun on him. I don't buy that shit. Well, it wouldn't have been Suge because Suge got shot too. Phoebes, if you want to kill somebody and you want your hands to be clean as a whistle, what do? You instrument a hit where you get injured too. Isn't that right?
Well, apparently they had a similar deal as with Bill Cosby.
What?
That led to, Cafe D confessing. Like, he thought he had immunity to tell the story.
Oh,
So he might get it dropped because of that.
let's see. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, I think that's kind of what Melly did, right? YNW Melly, right? Oh, there's our black squirrel. There he goes. I'm just saying, like, don't underestimate. Suge Knight is a stone cold killer and a psychopath on top of that. And he's done some fucking insane shit, right? That we know about. Some Suge stories. Well, I mean, you know why Suge's in jail now? You know why Suge is currently locked up? Like, what the charges. So he's locked up on capital murder right now. Do you know how he committed that murder? He for somebody in his Escalade and then put it in reverse and drove back over that somebody and did that a few times. Yeah. The permanent invite link is discord.gg/paulsego. All one word, all lowercase. Just discord.gg/paulsego. And that'll get you your invite. I did pull a gun on him though, allegedly. Another try, yeah. Yeah, Salt Rackus is back up and running, and it's humming along, growing at a fucking insane clip. It's already fully boosted, and yeah, just chilling like a villain. It's just the gang shit he was wrapped up in, right? It's the same thing as like Snoop. Like people, Snoop is the one that fucking flips me out the most, bro. Because you need to understand, like some of these dudes talk about it, right? Snoop was one of the dudes that lived it. Snoop's a Crip. Snoop has been crippin' since before he's been walking. And Snoop just straight up fucking has murdered people. Like, let's be real. And now he's like everybody's hip hop granddad, hip hop peepaw. Everybody loves Snoop. But the thing is like it's not like soup. It's not like Snoop renounced all that crippaging. He threw away all that crippage. He still crips. He still openly, unrepentantly crips. Soup Dogg, dude. Soup Dogg, dude. No. Not only did he not leave the gang, he's like an OG in the gang now. He crip walks and stuff on The Voice. Or is that what that's called? Yeah, where they have the chairs that turn around. Dude, he was sitting next to Reba McEntire, crip walking. This is what I'm talking about. Like, as a child of the 90s, that shit blows my mind. Right out the back of my skull. Soup Dog, dude. It's crippin'. Straight crippin'. Steady, 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 steady crippin'. Yeah, dude, crip walking in Fortnite. We're crip walking at the Super Bowl now, dude. Dude, the Crips won. The Crips won the war, dude. They won so hard that, like, dude, didn't Snoop visit the fucking White House at one point? Snoop crip walked his way into the White House. You believe that shit? Snoop crip walked his way into the White House, bro. Fuck. Easy went to the White House too, yeah. But Easy was like kind of unaffiliated guy, right? Or was Easy a crip too? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Snoop Lion. Snoop Lion. Nope and nope. Top of the morning to you. Tip, tip, top of the morning to you. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, a best of ideology. Neat. Neat. Oh, your liver's on strike. Oh no. Oh no. What? Blood really say bup of boffy because they avoid the letter C. Bro, I don't know, bro. I'm not. I didn't run with the turf. You know what I mean? I'm not a ganger. I'm not a gangoon. You know. So I don't know. You have to ask a gangoon about that. That's some deep ass lore right there, bro. Yeah, gangoon, bro. No, not new. Ripped it off from Cyberpunk. That's what they call gang members. Gangoon. How should teens be encouraged to not get into gangs and drugs? I think that we should encourage the opposite. I think every teenager should be sorted into a gang, like a Harry Potter Hogwarts kind of deal. You know what I mean? Where it's like they go through, you put on the sorting do rag, right? And it's like, you are a vice lord. You know what I mean? I think like some people feel like every a young person should have to serve a couple of years in the military. I don't believe in that shit. I think every young person should have to serve a couple of years in a gang. 1 year in a gang, 2 year in a gang, and then you get beat out. Is it the Crips? No, no, it's not the Crips. Is it MS-13? Yes, yes. How believable is the gang culture in Cyberpunk? I mean, it's not really all that believable. It's very, fantasy future kind of stuff. Like, it's not. I mean, it's believable within this kind of universe that they've created, but not much beyond that. Yeah, and then they call just like a goon. Well, it's just like not necessarily gang affiliated, but just like a big tough goon guy. They call that hustle, but like spelled like muscle with an H. Some cyberpunk stuff. Cyberpunk is so over the top, violent, sexual, and druggy that was refreshing to play. Yeah, I agree. Oh, dude, yeah, no, no, no. There. If you go into the pyramid, you can find to this day graffiti that was made by the work gangs that worked on the inside of that, and they were ganged up, bro. They had some sick ass names. They're basically like unions too, right? I mean, not real. I mean, kind of, yes. Proto, right? So they would, artisans would get together in these associations, right? And they would sell their labor as a gang, right? So they would all like, so they would sign a contract with the pharaoh to work on the pyramid as a group of people, selling, their ability to work together on complex tasks, right? And so there was really no like, it was very like a prototype for unionization for sure. Like there was no overarching structure and voting and grievance process and stuff. All of that was just kind of basically handled by, many hands make light work. The benefits of knowing your associates and having a common interest with them, all of that stuff. Yeah, like very very early collective bargaining. Yeah, very early, right? And yeah, I mean, artisans in and just laborers in ancient Egypt got ample time at home. Like they would go on these long, work assignments, and when they rotated home, they could be home for a year or two, right, waiting for the next big assignment and stuff. And so it was probably a way better existence than people give it credit for. I mean, this like picture of a pharaoh, right, overseeing a million slaves building all his shit is an entirely biblical fiction. How do they pay for themselves during that time with the wages that they made the last time they worked? They would work, they get paid out this big wage, they take it home to their family, they distribute that money back to the family, it refills the coffers, right? And they just kind of chill and wait until the next fucking work season comes up, and then they go get together with the gang and they go and they get a job and they, you know what I mean? That's how it worked. Subsistence farming and doing like work locally, right? So doing in those interims between these big jobs for the government, right? You sell your apply your wares, make your wares, offer your trade skill to your community, take on odd jobs, do subsistence farming. If you grow up in a bad neighborhood, whatever that means, are you more likely to get into a gang lifestyle? Likely to get into a gang lifestyle if you grow up in an area where gangs are prominent. So, yes, right? Like, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. If you're far away from that sort of thing and you're not in an area where there's prominent gangs and stuff, your chances of ending up in a gang are pretty fucking slim to none. Are there even gangs in Iceland? Oh, I know there are, bro. I 100% believe it. Dude, there's like, Skarnbjords, Raiders, Redbeard's Boys, the Viking crew, the dragon-headed ships. You know what I mean? There's all these ones, dude. The Loco Lokis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Odin's sons. There's a ton of these motherfucking gangs, dude. The Ice Giants. The Berserkers. The Codfathers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Codfathers. Yeah. They control the whole fermented cod penis trade, which is the favorite food of Iceland, fermented cod penis. And if you want to bring home the dinner, the Codfathers are you gotta go through the Codfathers. You know what I mean? Hell's Angels is in Iceland. Yeah, they're called the Snow Angels. That chapter. They ride snowmobiles and ski. You know what I mean? Are there gangs in every society? Yeah, for sure. I mean, a gang can just be like an entire, like all of these gangs that you know about, they started as these like little associations and neighborhood clubs of kids, right? All of them. Every last one. The Bloods, the Crips, MS-13, all of these gangs started out as some, little neighborhood association. So, you just kind of like, now I think it becomes a gang when dirt is involved, right? So if you're dealing drugs, if you're robbing people and you're doing that in an organized way, then you got a gang, right? There's an Amish mafia, apparently. There's a Jewish mob as well. The Jews are mobbed up. Amish are mobbed up. You know what I mean? It all happens. It's just the way it is. Bro, why are you asking me about martial arts? The only martial art that I'm good at is the martial art of eating a burrito without spilling anything. I'm a martial artist in that sense. Okay? I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. 'Cause the power that you're supplying, it's electrifying. Why am I why am I thinking about Grease right now, bro? Stranded at the drive-in, branded of a fool. What will they say Monday at school? Dun, 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 dun. Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? We made a start, now we're apart, and there's nothing left for me. I sit and wonder why you left me. Oh, Sandy. Oh, Sandy, baby. I can't go that high. What is that car going to the sky at the end? Bro, you tell me. I think it might mean that Danny Zuko or that Greased Lightning is like a Pegasus and Danny Zuko is like Thor or some shit. I don't fucking know, bro. Don't ask me. No, Travolta's last good movie was The Fanatic. El Fanático. Oh, and don't forget Gotti. Dude, the first second of Gotti made me turn it off. That is so rare. Like the first 2 to 3 seconds of that film, as soon as it started. This is where I grew up. This is Brooklyn. I was like, I'm out. I can't do it. Nope. That's exactly why. Because it's John Travolta standing there looking like John Travolta. And he goes, this is where I grew up. This here is Brooklyn. I run this here town. And I was like, I'm out of here. Fuck that. No. It's one of my quickest ejects ever. Oh no, I like the Fanatic as well. I'd only absorbed imagery of Grease from culture, so when I found out they were supposed to be at high school, yeah, dude. Look at me, I'm Sandra D. Lousy with virginity. Won't go to bed till I'm legally wed. I can't, I'm Sandra D. The Codfather. In the frozen wastes of Iceland, where pickled cod penis is the only thing to eat, the huddled masses all go to one man. Hello, I am the Codfather. This is where I live. John Travolta is their Codfather. Any other movie, maybe hit the eject button early. Some of them, yeah. Sometimes you can just. It's hard to explain because I never went to film school, so I don't really have the language. But you ever just turn on a movie and it looks cheap and shitty, and you're just like, no, this ain't gonna work. Like it looks like it's just not lit, and it's not, there's like no art that went into it. It just looks cheap and shitty. So there's a lot of those, but you don't remember those. Money Plane, yeah. Money Plane. Dude, do you hear that? That boom. Dude, that boom. Do you hear that? I think that is some sort of mockingbird imitating the noise that my car makes when it backs up. My car because it's electric, it has a reverse beep. It goes boom, 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 boom. Dude, I swear to God, it's the same tone. That would be crazy if there's like mockingbirds around and they're listening because when I back out of my driveway, I've got a long driveway, so it takes a while. So that little tone plays pretty loud to let people know, get out of the way. And it almost sounds like there's a mockingbird that like has picked up on that tone. That's crazy. the grassy meadows within. Yeah, I do like it. It is pretty out here. It's very pretty. Anyway, I got shit to do today. I will see you